great compassion and mercy, grievances are equal. This is in everyday life. Only through cultivation will it manifest. When others are good to us, they have shown us kindness, and we should be grateful and repay it. Why are there so many ungrateful people in the world today? They don't understand kindness. Not understanding kindness, to put it bluntly, they don't know what's good for them. What can you do with? It's not just ordinary people, it's hard to discern. Even those who have received higher education. We see people abroad with doctoral degrees. They also hold considerable positions in society and have a fair amount of prestige, yet they don't understand kindness and righteousness. They don't know what kindness means. How can they repay kindness? They truly forget righteousness when they see profit. They work in this company. Of course, they are very outstanding. He has skills, he has abilities. Other companies find out and try to poach him. Hey, they tell him, come over to us, we'll give you a higher position than over there and better benefits. As soon as he hears that, he resigns and moves over immediately. He doesn't realize how his status and position came about. It was others who lifted him up. Once lifted, he sees a slightly better opportunity elsewhere and immediately jumps ship, forsaking virtue for gain, unaware of kindness. This is the creation of sinful karma. That's why the sages of the world always teach us to repay kindness with virtue. We must recognize and repay kindness. Even if others slander us, insult us, or frame us, we should respond with a pure heart. Responding with sincerity is what is meant by constant complaint. This straight is what Buddhism refers to as a straightforward heart. It means sincerity and respect. We should still treat them with sincerity and respect. This is etiquette. This is the principle of being human. Why? To never create enmity with others. You must understand that once enmity is formed, it lasts for lifetimes. It can never be fully repaid. When will the cycle of revenge ever end? Today others. Repay me, insult me, frame me. This is our karmic retribution, isn't it? Why don't they repay others? Why don't they frame others, but choose to frame me? I must have repaid him or framed him in a past life. Today, I've encountered him, and he comes to repay and frame me. It's a cycle of revenge, isn't it? I should accept it. Then this debt is settled here. If I no longer harbor resentment or thoughts of revenge, then this debt is concluded here, and it's all over, no more issues. So we should treat them with sincere respect and reverence. These people, this debt is settled. Oh, it's such a hassle to keep holding grudges, life after life. This is what Buddhism teaches us. This is truly the wise and intelligent way to solve problems. We shouldn't complicate matters. We need to resolve them. Resolve them properly and perfectly. Only then can our path to enlightenment be smooth sailing. There's no obstacle at all. Moreover, the Buddha tells us in the sutras to be with all things without attachment to their forms. The Prajnaparamita talks about this. To transcend all forms is to realize all dharmas. Do not attach these dharma forms. Keep them out of your mind. Do not let any phenomena occupy your mind. Do not develop love or hate towards any phenomena. When things go your way or align with your desires, do not harbor a heart of greed or attachment. When things do not align with your desires, do not harbor a heart of resentment. In both favorable and unfavorable circumstances, whether dealing with good people or bad people, cultivate your own pure mind in these situations. Cultivate your own sense of equality. This is called true practice. Understand yourself. What is a truly happy and fulfilling life? Peace of mind and a clear conscience. No matter what environment you are in, your heart remains stable. It will never be shaken by external circumstances. Only then are you truly living a happy life. Ancient Chinese ancestors said, simplicity leads to clarity of purpose. The simpler the life, the healthier the life. The most important thing is a pure heart, unstained by dust. In today's world, pollution is very severe. Eternally. Psychological pollution, spiritual pollution, the pollution of thoughts, indirect pollution is very severe. What methods can be used to prevent it? What methods can be used to counteract it? A pure heart, an equal heart. Use this method. If our hearts are pure, they won't be polluted. Always maintain a pure heart. How to maintain equality? The most important aspect of equality is treating distant and close relations equally. If you can treat foes and kin equally, then nothing else will be unequal. When we are indeed beginners, as we are now, we are influenced by our environment. So we cannot ignore the importance of our environment. Once you truly have the skill, the environment won't affect you, and then it won't matter. Speaking of this, it's what we Chinese refer to as feng shui. What is feng shui? It's the environment's influence. If we want our body and mind to be stable and peaceful, a living environment must be balanced. So, everyone, you should pay a little attention. Look at the ancient Chinese people. When the ancients built a house or a family estate, to pass on the family line. In ancient times, when you built a house, if it couldn't last for 300 years, people wouldn't hire you as an engineer. They wouldn't let you build it unless the house could last at least 300 years. When you made a table or a chair, it had to last at least 100 years. Chinese redwood furniture. Nowadays people call it antiques. Instead of using it for a few days and then discarding it to get a new one, who can afford to be that extravagant? How much good fortune do you have? So Chinese people are very particular about their living environment. They know that the house is built solidly and stably. Living inside, people feel physically and mentally at ease. But if we look at foreign houses, they aren't like this. Foreign ones are strange and peculiar. Especially with so many gold and silver things. Living in such a house makes people feel uneasy, so foreigners often sell their houses and move after a year or two. They sell it for half price and frequently move like nomads. They have no roots, so Chinese people have a hometown. But where do foreigners have a hometown? Foreigners don't have a hometown. It's rare for foreigners to live in one place for 5 years. They move every 2 or 3 years. I took a closer look, and indeed, that house isn't suitable for living, is it? It's strange and odd. Living there makes both body and mind uneasy. So now some young Chinese people are getting into architecture and are learning all these strange foreign styles, which makes people feel odd when they are inside. Oh dear, really? How can this society be stable? They don't have the skill, but for the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, living there is no problem. They aren't affected. We, on the other hand, are repeatedly influenced by the environment. Scientists now talk about magnetic fields, and we are affected by these magnetic fields. This is something we can't ignore. So when buying a house, pay attention. The architecture of the house should be very stable. There shouldn't be too much of it. When there's too much, it becomes a big hassle. And the house you live in should be either square or rectangular. Circular is also fine. Just avoid having corners. You see, many foreign houses now have a room where a corner is cut off at the entrance. Living in such a house 100 days leads to wild thoughts. So having that kind of house as a guest room is fine. But the owner should never live there. Living there will definitely lead to delusions. So it should be proper. You see, when it comes to lecture halls, a rectangle should be a rectangle. You can't just cut off a corner here. You can't do that. We are influenced by our environment. We must choose a good environment, a living environment, and choose a healthy diet. The diet doesn't need to be excessive. It doesn't need to have many varieties. There's no need for any expensive supplements. Those expensive supplements, it's not benefiting others, it's a loss for yourself. You work hard to earn money and buy things, letting them make big money. It's a bargain for them. To be honest, when you come back, it's all fake. You see, the price of bird's nest is very high. Say, does it have any nutritional value? No, it doesn't. The real essence of bird's nest lies in the rock sugar. We have nutrition. Rock sugar is good. It has nutritional value. Aren't you just being swindled out of your money? So who benefits? The person selling the bird's nest benefits. Nowadays, people honestly prefer to be deceived rather than listen to advice. You don't believe advice, but you believe scams. All those ads in newspapers and magazines are all deceitful. There's nothing genuine. So the simpler and more genuine life is, the better. A clear and peaceful mind, simple and genuine diet, and life. If we wish to be healthy and live long, we must understand the methods of cultivation and learning. How should we live our lives? This is a lifestyle that promotes health and longevity. So being indifferent to fame and fortune is very important. A pure and tranquil mind. If, as it is said in the scriptures, if in all situations, walking and standing, a heart of pure clothing, in daily life, no matter when or where, always maintain a pure and equal mind. This is what is taught in Buddhism. Not understanding the place of practice. This is what is truly referred to as the Pure Land in Buddhism. The Heart Sutra then advances. The true Pure Land is within the heart. You now possess the scenery. Future. At the time of the snow leopard, it is certain to be reborn in Amitabha's Pure Land. This Pure Land resonates with the Pure Land. So when a person is in life, work, and social interactions, if indeed they can adhere to the principles of the Diamond Sutra, do not take the lingering fragrance and remain motionless, not attaching to external forms and not disturbing the mind internally. This is the three beauties of one form. Within this state of equality, in favorable circumstances, you do not give rise to greed and attachment. The mind is calm, and in adverse circumstances, it does not become defiled. In favorable conditions, you can maintain a pure and equal mind. This is what Buddhism refers to as the one form, samadhi, and the one practice, samadhi. Develop these two types of samadhi. Buddha said sutras. Earth has seeds. This earth already has seeds. With fertile soil, these seeds will surely take root and sprout, and eventually bear fruit. This metaphor is used to describe those who are practicing. You need to be able to adhere to the principles and guidelines that the Buddha has taught in the scriptures. Apply these principles and methods in your daily life. So everyone must understand. What are the principles taught in the Buddhist scriptures? The principles of being a person. Principles doing things. The methods taught. Methods of living. Methods of working. Methods of dealing with people and handling affairs, socializing. He talks about these things. Closely related to our real life, without the slightest disconnect. So once you learn, you can immediately put it to use. It's definitely not something you learn but can't use, because if what you learn can't be used, why would we learn it? How can the Buddha be called perfect wisdom? There are quite a few. People with wisdom, people with knowledge. They tell us many great principles, but these principles are not related to life. Can't be used. So it's about discussing profound theories. During the Wei, Jin, and Northern Southern dynasties, it was relaxed. It was connected to life. Other discussions were abstract, lofty. It was not valid. That is not the ultimate and perfect wisdom. Ultimate and perfect wisdom must be something that all the masses can learn. After all beings learn it, they should be able to apply it immediately. This is what is called ultimate and perfect wisdom. So Buddha embodies ultimate and perfect wisdom. If what Buddha teaches in all the scriptures becomes disconnected from our lives, then we eating, living, clothing, and traveling would become unrelated. Buddha, these scriptures, cannot be called high wisdom. We need to clearly understand the essence of Buddhism. Then we need to understand what is the relationship between Buddhism and us. What is our connection? Why do we need to study it? In the past, Master Oyan Jingwu, said it very well. Buddhism is essential in this life. Essential means it cannot be lacking. Who cannot lack it? No one can. Regardless of whether you are male or female, young or old, or what kind of life you lead, whether you are working in a particular industry, it is all essential. There are no exceptions. Even those studying other religions need it. Can't leave either? If you do without it, you won't learn anything. If you learn it, then this is the true, ultimate, and complete wisdom. Only true, ultimate, and complete wisdom can bring you in this life true happiness, brings you a truly fulfilling life, such wonderful things. If we don't study seriously, isn't that just willingly falling into decline? Willingly suffering? How is that being a smart person? How is that being a wise person? We study Buddhism, and today we understand. We've figured it out. We've gained the true benefits of Buddhism. Study today, and it will be useful today. We gain such exceptional benefits. We should also share these benefits. Introduce them to our relatives and friends. Introduce them to the people we often interact with. We are willing to share with them. Share that. Exceptional merits and benefits of Buddhism. This is Duzhongsen. This is benefiting all beings. If everyone could study Buddhism, our society would be better. We can then live peaceful days and live a prosperous and thriving life. So, Helping others ultimately helps oneself. I help everyone, and everyone helps me to create a harmonious, stable, prosperous, and affluent society. We all enjoy it together. This is the present benefit of Buddhism. If we can't enjoy the present benefits, then we talk about the future. Even more profound benefits. Who would believe that? We gain benefits in the present. Only then will we believe in those benefits. Only then can we accept them. Today we will conclude our discussion on eliminating karmic obstacles here.